Hello everybody, welcome back to another Train Sim Classic video, and today we are on the London to Brighton route, and we have a very nice, well, we have two very nice Class 33s. I believe these are the Armstrong PowerHouse 33s, and yeah, we are playing the scenario APC33P, and the service is 7Y94. And we are tasked with driving the civil engineers liveried 33s on the second leg of the train's journey, and the year is 1998, and it's about a 60-minute scenario. Yeah, they're looking really nice, really crisp. I do like the 33 quite a lot, and I think it looks very smart in the civil engineers livery. So, before we get in and get going, I just want to say, if you are a new viewer and you haven't already, please consider subscribing down below. Like, share the video, do all that. It helps the algorithm and it helps us build our community. Alright, so let's jump in and get the trains on the go. Okay, here we are inside of the 33, and it's looking really, really good. We've got to stop about 10 miles away. Apparently we failed that first scenario, or that first bit. Stop at the aggregates. Let's just take a look. Where was that? No idea why that's X'd out. But let's take a look at these wagons. These are looking really, really nice. JHA wagons, and I believe they would have been filled with aggregate. These look like they're a bit empty, but we've got some stuff to do. No idea why that first task is greyed out. That probably means that we're not going to get a tick on this scenario, but that's okay. So that's in forward. That's our power. Brakes are off. I could do with some lights if we've got them. Cab lights, yeah. We'll get the instrument lights on. What's that? Headlight, we'll have that on. And I think we're all good to go. We'll give it about a 34. We are double heading. No idea if you can do the clag factor on these. I can't remember the buttons for it. And they look really smart. Really crisp looking loco. Yeah, 33s have always been a bit of a... I've always had a soft spot for them, to be fair. Oh, we're speeding. We have been given a green. We are coming onto the main line here. Just letting the wagons come off that siding onto the main line now. We're good to speed up. The clag coming off the top of these. Yeah, they do look smart, I think. It's yeah, not a lot going on in here. I have no idea if this is a Armstrong PowerHouse or not. The scenario is an APC, which normally means it is. Let's have a look. Oh, I guess it isn't. I think it is actually, if I have a look, Train Sim Classic, Class 33. I think it's a, I think it's on the Steam store, but it was probably developed by someone like Armstrong PowerHouse. I'm just trying to find out. I should have been more prepared. But you can get it on the Steam store if you're wondering where to get it from. It doesn't say that it's been produced by Armstrong PowerHouse. But you do get the BR Dutch livery, which is what this is in the Civil Engineers. So yeah, this is actually on the Steam store, but it looks very crisp, very nice model. I just presume everything these days is Armstrong PowerHouse when it looks this good. They could have developed this in association with Train Sim or Dovetail, or they could have done the sound for it. I think I have got an Armstrong PowerHouse 33 sound pack, which is probably what this is running. But this this logo itself is from the Steam store. This scenario might even be from the Armstrong PowerHouse sound pack, which is why it's called APC33. And that's normally stands for Armstrong PowerHouse Class 33. Well, it was 7 miles. We're stopping at this next stop. Pearly platform 3. We're really getting a move on. But yeah, the model itself is really crisp as well, which is what I like to see. And the majority of the buttons work, which is nice. What's this? Engine start, engine stop. Yeah, really nice to see this, to be fair. It's one of those diesel locos that's you don't really get to see anymore. It's sort of an early diesel, and you sort of don't really get to see it much these days. That's cool. I didn't see what it was, but I can't remember off the top of my head. But as this is set in the late 90s, so 98. This would have been just before the Class 66 came into service, because I believe that the I can't remember what it is. Is it the 59? I think it's the 59 was privately owned running, but the actual Class 66 didn't get delivered to rail until about 2000, I think. So this would have been just before the new 66s sort of started taking over freight work on the network. But I've always said if I was ever make a model railway, the era that I want to model is sort of 1999 to 2000. that sort of 10 years, because you get to see everything in those 10 years. Everything from 47s, 50s. A lot of people do 1980s, but it's a bit early for me because I really like the 6.6. And if you've got a 1980s set model railway, you can't have a 6.6 on there. It's just too early. So I like doing the sort of 90s, 90 to 2000, because then you could have a really brand new 6.6 running on the network. And it's plausible that it would actually, you know, maybe it's one of the very early ones that was delivered. Maybe if you get it in a, maybe if you get the model with a really early serial number or something, or a really early running number, it's plausible. But you get to see stuff like this as well, like 233s just doing a bit of freight work with some aggregate. That's it's all we ever want to see, isn't it? Don't get me wrong, I love sort of the whole diesel era. Not keen on Deltics, to be honest, but they are pretty cool, I must admit. But I'm not that keen on them. I like 33s, 37s, 47s, 50s, 45s, all that sort of diesel stuff that you saw on the English rails throughout the sort of 60s, 70s, and 80s, and even 90s. A lot of electric stuff though was coming out in the 90s. I think like sort of the class 90, I want to say, was sort of starting to come out. I don't know exact dates, but oh, we are stopping here. I totally forgot. Yeah, you're starting to see some electric stuff come through. Early electric stuff like the 87, 86 was out there. But yeah, some I can't remember what it is. The 70, I don't know when the 70 came out. Started working on rail. But the 70s are cool. 60s are really cool. Class 60s, they were definitely really early. Class 60s must have been 90s easily. So, but they were diesel. Yeah, I think it's the 90s, class 90s, that were the sort of electric loco for going through the Channel Tunnel. Those were sort of starting to come out, sort of 90s, early 2000s, I believe. So yeah, just some really, really cool stuff was in that era. But the 6.6 has been going for probably about 25 years now, which it's still got a lot of life left in it, the 6.6. Try and stop before this signal, as you would. Not going to get the whole train on, but as long as the sort of rear is in a reasonable place. Don't know where the factory is. No, it's 12 mile that way. So I'm guessing we've got to come off the main line. I can't remember what that is. Is that an 86? Or a 76? I think it's a 76, that. So if they've given us the go-ahead, they have given us the go-ahead. We have got... I'm just going to look it up. Class 76. Oh, it wasn't. Maybe it was, what did I say, 86? No, it wasn't an 86. I can't remember what those were. It wasn't the 89. It wasn't an 87. I can't remember what they were. The 92 is the one I was thinking of, the channel tunnel, not the 90. The 90 is the passenger loco. The 92 is the channel tunnel one. That is, you know, that started coming out, I believe, sort of early 2000s maybe. Yeah, those are really cool. I can't remember what those are. I do, obviously I'm not completely incompetent. I do sort of know my locos, but there's just so much rattling around in my head that I just sometimes I just can't remember what they are. If somebody said it to me though, what class it was, I'd be like, oh yeah, I remember. So I imagine we're still on the main line here. But I imagine we will be coming off. Probably where that 45 speed limit changes. I imagine we'd be coming off the main line there, probably. Oh, what's this? Class 348 was that? Those are really cool as well, those sort of slam door locos. They're quite cool. In Network Southeast stripes, that livery is also really, really nice. I do like that livery a lot. Very fitting to see actually in the 90s, that sort of stuff running still. It was coming to an end of its era though. That sort of slam door diesel passenger services, they were starting to come to an end as we were getting into sort of like the electrical era. Don't get me wrong, electric's been around since sort of the 50s. There was electrified lines on British Rail well into the 50s, but I wouldn't say the main networks sort of took off with electric until sort of the 2000s, when we started getting you know, proper third rail electric stuff. Like I say though, it's been around since the early 50s, electric. And I believe the London Underground that was electric is even older than that. Probably goes back to sort of like 20s, I want to say. I don't know much about the London Underground. But yeah, I mean, sort of 90s here, there was still a lot of I mean, even today there's diesel DMUs running on the network. I mean, especially in Scotland, where there's a lot of the lines have not got power, they still run class 50s not class 50, sorry, class 150s and 152s passenger locos, which are DMUs. Yeah, there's quite a lot of places still that run a diesel passenger service. But the majority, I'd say the majority of them are probably electrified by now. I know where I am in Birmingham, they're pretty much all third rail, an overhead line. This is us coming off the main line now. Past Selhurst. It said this was a 60-minute scenario, but 70, was that 75? Couldn't read it. And then it'll have the drivable cab on the other end, the carriage with the drivable cab. Quite cool, unique, definitely unique. I think London to Brighton's really the only line that sort of stuff was running on. I could be wrong though. Speed it up a little bit as we head through. I believe this is this 33 is a Pro pack. Let's get rid of that and do that. I believe it is a Pro pack, this 33. That's looking real nice. I like how the wagons are all numbered, but they're all in odd areas. We're not far now. Factory Junction. No idea why this first task, which was stop at Salford aggregates. Can't really read it. Yeah, it failed. I had no idea why that's failed. Because I literally just loaded in the scenario. Whether that's a bug with the scenario, I don't know, or what. I don't actually know. Apparently, this is the second leg of the journey, so I don't know if this is a part 2 of a journey that we've already done or what. I'm not sure. All I know is we are doing it and it looks great. There's a guy in that second cab, look. And there's in the other end, just chilling. This is quite cool. We're going through a sort of urban area, which is quite cool. It's a bit weird how that housing estate wasn't really fenced off. Look, it's just sort of houses and then I think there is a fence there actually. I was gonna say you could probably just get up this bank straight onto the tracks. This was the 90s. Kids playing on railway tracks was pretty much normal in the 90s. So we'll slow down a bit because we're coming in a bit hot here. Let's actually find out what that is. Not this end, it'll be this end. That's got our answer. It is a 73. Class 73, that's it. In that sort of Badger Gatwick Express livery. Which was run by Intercity, I think. I want to say. Cool. So we're not far away now. Like I say, it said this was a 60-minute scenario, and we've only done about half hour, so I'm not too sure. But it has been enjoyable, to say the least. If you didn't see, I post pretty much, I try and post twice a week. I try and post every Wednesday and every Sunday. Sundays normally stuff like Transport Fever 2. I have uploaded, you know, normal things on a Sunday, but I usually try and keep it to Transport Fever 2 or like a farm sim or something, which is this Sunday's coming video, I believe. And then Wednesday I try to do like OMSI 2, Euro Truck, Train Sim, that sort of stuff. But I have been known to upload whatever on those 2 days. But yeah, if you're interested, those are the days I upload, and I normally upload about 3:30 in the afternoon. But please comment, like, subscribe, do all that stuff. It really helps me out with the algorithm, and I do try and answer the comments a lot of the time, but sometimes I do miss them. There's not a lot of people that comment on the videos a lot of the time, but when there is a nice conversation going in the comment section, it is good to see. And it's good to see that the other members of the community are helping others out. I read something the other day. Someone was asking a question about OMSI 2, I think, and some of the members of the community messaged them in the comments and helped them out, which was nice to see. But like I say, I do try. Is that a 47? It's a 47 Intercity Swallow livery. Yeah, I do try and help where I can. Right, we are sort of starting to think about slowing down now, I think. Give it a bit longer. But we are coming down into sort of a 20. I believe this is where we are coming off of the main lines. I thought we'd already... Ooh. That's interesting. We got a yellow. I imagine it's telling us about the speed change. But we might also have to stop. So let's just... I've made that mistake before and spad before now because I haven't stopped, or I've just not acknowledged I need to start slowing down. But yeah, this would be where we're coming off the main line. So it looks like we are going to have to stop just before this 20 mark. Probably waiting for something. That was pretty close. Pretty close to that one. But yeah, what's going on here? They're almost like they're stuck. They're like top and tail. Oh, I didn't mean to do 100 there. That was my bad. So yeah, we'll just get it over to the signal because I don't want my I don't want the wagons sticking over the back of the points there. It's hard to get a small amount. Let's have a look where the wagons are. So yeah, the wagons are very much out the way. Yeah, I don't know what's going on here though with these two, but we'll let them sort it out. This might be where we have to wait a bit. This might be why it's a 60-minute scenario, because we have to wait here a long time. So when we are allowed to pass, I will rejoin you. Okay, that was an extremely long wait. They've finally given us the road. A lot of passenger services went by. I think I counted about 7 or 8 passenger services went by us. The problem is with freight, we get low priority on the main lines. Passenger services always get priority. So if there's quite a lot of passenger services to get past us, we've got to wait. And as well, we're crossing over tracks here, so yeah, unfortunately we've got to wait for all of them to pass so that we get our opportunity basically to head over. A lot of the time people will think that the scenario is broken because they're waiting for ages for the signal to change, and they're like, oh well, it must be broken. But it's not. It's just, you've just got to wait. I mean, it does say up here that expect to wait on this busy line. So yeah, you've literally just got to hang in there and wait. I've had it sometimes where I've been waiting at a signal for probably about 20 minutes, half an hour for it to change. Things going past me. That's the thing you need to watch, is if there's trains going past you or coming towards you, because then you know at that point that the game is still running. It's not crashed or anything or frozen. But yeah, there was a lot of passenger services that went past us. Like I say, I counted about 8 of them, which after every single one I was like, oh, now we're gonna go. and then it doesn't change, and then another one went past, went, oh, now we're surely going to get our chance now, and then it doesn't. So, oh well, that's freight for you. That's driving a freight train for you. Right, we have come off the main lines now. There's the main lines over there, and there's a nice 73 up on the bridge over there. That's cool. And we are sort of on the freight lines now, I think. Or they're not the main lines, sort of like branch lines. But as this goes to a buffer, I imagine this is just sort of a freight line or a siding. Let's get looking to stop down here. Oh, bridges. And yeah, this will sort of be us, to be honest. We will stop and sort of do the old like outro and stuff, but I've had fun playing the 33. I saw it and was like, I don't play this loco a lot, so it was something different. I thought I'd give it a go, try it out, and yeah, I was quite happy with it. Like I say, I think you can pick up the 33 on the Steam store. It is a Pro pack, I think, or a Classics pack or something. So it's pretty good. This must be the guy taking over from us. Excellent. Right, let's jump outside and see how we did. So that was the Class 33 in civil engineering livery on the London to Brighton route, and it was APC 33 7Y94. And yeah, I had a really good time with the 33. It is a sort of stylish loco, very crisp model, this one, and yeah, just worked, and really liked this scenario. So if you also enjoyed, I'd appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.